Alright, what's going on, everyone? This is a little bit different of a video, but I was talking about in my most recent full-length video about how I'm trying to put out more gym content, and this is my first video kind of in my workout series documenting my lifting journey, my fitness journey in general. This is an upper body workout from earlier this morning, so I began with shoulder presses. This is 80 pounds for 5 reps, this set is. I think the last one was, if I'm not mistaken, 70. I built up to a top AMRAP set with 90 pounds using the Jim Wendler 5-3-1 system when it comes to the big 4 compound movements: squat, bench, deadlift, military press. 5-3-1 I find is the premier, simplest system. This was 90 pounds, my top set, and I think I pressed this for 8 reps. It might not be as strong as I want it to be. I'm pretty inconsistent with vertical pressing, so I'm trying to get more in the habit of it, and running this progression is definitely going to help, and it already has. So this one kind of finish out here. We got an 8-repper on deck. There we go. And then I went into some banded pull downs. I don't have cables, so instead I just use bands, hook them up to my wall, and get going. So I did 2 sets with 110 pounds of band resistance. I did this kneeling, 1 knee down, 1 foot up. I forgot to record the first set. First set I got 9 reps. This one I think I got 7 after a couple minutes rest. And you're going straight to failure on this bad boy. And I mean, just keep absolutely locked in. I think I did 1 more rep. Really cranking out every bit of juice you got with the lats on that rep. And this was the left arm. I did wide grip pull-ups on my first upper body day of the week. I do upper lower, 1 day on, 1 day off, 4 days a week, or 4 days every 8, I guess. It's an asynchronous split. And so yeah, I did wide grip pull-ups for the back, or the lats, and rows the first day. This day I'm only doing these pull downs because I'll be doing pretty heavy deadlifts the next leg day or lower body day. And I found for me that's a good enough upper back stimulus as well. So that's why I'm not rowing on this day, and instead I do some forearm work, which we'll get into in a little bit. And then we went into face pulls. I was really just going for rear delts here on this one. I wasn't trying necessarily to activate the upper back, as evident by me stopping at parallel, or 90 degree. Yeah, 90 degrees right there. I'm not trying to blast the upper back too much or get it too involved. I guess you could say I'm trying to isolate the rear delts, while also getting some other assistance and activation with, the traps, rhomboids, things like that. I kind of find that I have rear delt pain, not frequently, but sometimes, and these I've always helped to kind of alleviate that, especially with all the, the pressing, heavy pressing, benching and military pressing especially. It's good to have something to alleviate that and strengthen the rotator cuff and rear delts. Then I went into some dumbbell incline bench press. So I had to go pretty heavy on these because my dumbbells at the home gym, they take a pretty big leap from 52.5 pounds to 65 pounds. So this was 65. I got this for 4 reps. I like to go pretty deep on the stretch here. People say, it's a little odd. Why are you going that deep? Aren't you going to hurt your elbows? I find the stretch to be very nice on the horizontal presses. And for me personally, I never run into any elbow pain. I've been doing this for a while. And this is the second set. Just 2 sets, 2 failure, with a slow negative after the failure rep. Kind of just really squeeze everything out you can. with these. Yeah, hold the stretch there. Then do a pretty slow negative afterwards. Bang out the eccentric. And then I even held it, the stretch position there for a quick second. And then I went into some dips for the triceps, so straight vertical dips. In the backpack, I had a 25-pound plate on. And I go super deep once again. I just like, on horizontal pressing movements, dips, getting a deep stretch, I've always found has been nice, and I've never really run into any elbow or shoulder issues with it. So, and I've been doing this for about a year and a half. Right here, we really banged this set out. Like, this was probably my hardest set of the entire workout. And I think, yeah, I mean, my face was beet red. Probably got to work on my breath control a little bit better, but no matter what, even if I have good bracing, good breath control, my face is just always notoriously red as a tomato after a hard set, especially like pressing. Oh my gosh. And we went into some body weight a couple minutes afterwards just to finish out the tries completely. I didn't go all the way up. Like, I didn't lock out on any of the reps except for this one, of course. This was the failure rep. Even then, I don't think I did. A slow negative. Just burn out the triceps completely. Then I went into some forearm work. I found that my forearms, though, I get a lot of compliments for people saying, like, oh, you got crazy forearm veins. And, while I do appreciate those and while I do, humbly agree with them, I think the thing I lack when it comes to the forearms is just sheer mass. Definition's certainly there, but mass is kind of something I need to work on. And so I'm including some direct forearm work into this new program that I'm running after my powerlifting season, because I did do powerlifting. And that was like 5 months long. It was with the school. Really cool club they had. But now I'm kind of on my own again, doing my own program. So these have been really useful. And seeing some forearm growth already, in all fairness. Then I switched to wrist extensions. You got to hit both the flexors and extensors of the forearms if you want the maximum growth. So I kind of just superset it. And I took 35 pounds off the band. So this was 75 pounds with the extensions. I find that my extensors are a little bit weaker. Just in terms of, like, I guess the extension movement for me has always been weaker. Maybe something I need to work on, something not to be concerned about. I don't know. I'll have to look more into that. If there's like an imbalance or if that's just kind of a normal, routine thing. Anyone in the comments, if they know, that would be appreciated. But yeah, I mean, these look solid for sure. It's just kind of mundane, kind of boring to commentate over, like the forearm work, because it's like here I am extending my wrist with a resistance band. It's kind of more so boring, but yeah, that's it. There's the final lifting phase. But yeah, just kind of wanted to do this sort of as a demo for my lifting videos. Kind of get, better editing and whatnot later on. But let me know what you guys think of this. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the routine things. And as always, God bless.